Iraq just told the US to basically fuck off, and they've literally kicked the Americans out of their country. And Iraq said, quote, "Today we announce with great pride and honour the completion of the evacuation of the US military in our country." And this is not an exaggeration. For the first time since the US invaded Iraq in 2003, there are now no US soldiers left in the main parts of Iraq. Now the reason I say that is that this does not involve northern Iraq, specifically the Kurdistan region. But that does not mean that the US is not trying to pull out of there too. In fact, by September of this year, the US aims to have officially withdrawn from the entirety of Iraq. Now, so this makes sense. The official reason the US was in Iraq in the first place is to help the Iraqi government fight off ISIS in their country, and that's what they've been doing. But really, over the last few years, that has been successful, and now Iraq doesn't really need the US's help to defeat ISIS anymore. ISIS has kind of gone away. And today, Iraq said, quote, "Now our armed forces possess the full will and capability to extend security throughout the country." They also said, quote, "ISIS no longer constitutes a strategic threat in Iraq." So basically, Iraq has said, we're okay now, we don't need your help anymore to the US, and because of that, the US now has to leave Iraq. Now I will say, a lot of these military bases the US had in Iraq were actually on oil fields, coincidentally, so it seems very likely that Iraq is now going to get back their oil. The US was taking that oil. It would be a lie to say they weren't. But Iraq does still plan on working with the US, and if they need the US's help to carry out attacks on ISIS in the future, Iraq said they're more than happy to have the US back to help with that. So really, it seems like Iraq and the US have left this on good terms, but like I said, for the first time in over 20 years, the US has withdrawn from Iraq. And once they withdraw from Kurdistan later this year, you'll be glad you followed me, because I'll be the first one to tell you about it.